Welcome to the Broome Coaches Corner pregame show. We're joined by Broome head football coach Lynn Fleming, and coach, it's hard to believe, but it's time to tee it up and give it a wallop and start a new season.
It is, and it's always exciting. Like I said, this time of year, our guys are ready. They've worked out all off season, all summer long. They're to a point where they're ready to play football. So, as coaches, it gets here too fast for us. You feel like there's things you want to do and this and that, but it gets here too fast. But these guys, they're ready to play. So we're excited for them to play, and we're ready to strap it on for tomorrow night.
Again, you've got a very talented team returning from last year. You had a great season last year and all. Do you think that the momentum that you gained last year, any of that's carrying over into this season?
I think so. I think the biggest thing is this group's kind of their own. This group they've kind of won at every level. They've won in Little League. They've won in middle school. They won last year in JV. So, they've kind of created their own sense of winning or sense of urgency. I mean, that's what they believe they can do. So we're excited about this group and excited about coaching them, love coaching them, and just excited about getting the season started to watch us get better every single week.
Well, let's talk a little bit on each side of the balls. Special teams, we'll start with the offense first. Who are your players to watch? I know you returned 4 out of 5 starting linemen. Stephen Odell was gone on, and we wish him well and hope he has a great career at Furman there, though. But just talk about the guys you've got up front, the Hogs.
Well, that's where it all starts. Right now we have Hayden Rothrock, who's snapping the ball for us. Hayden didn't get a lot of playing time last year because he was hurt. But he's back snapping the ball for us, doing a great job. We have Amari Shipman, who started for us last year at guard. We have Levi Bishop and Logan Brown. Those guys are our tackles that started at tackle for us. And then we have Carson Taylor, who's stepping in as a sophomore and doing a really good job for us at that guard position. So those are our 5 guys up front, and 3 out of 4 of them have played significantly. And like I said, Hayden would have been our guy last year, if he wouldn't have got hurt. So, we're excited about that group up front. They've had a really good preseason.
All right, let's go now to your backfield, to your running backs. I know you're going to be doing that by committee this year, but who are some guys to watch carrying the ball this year from your running back position?
Really, our 3 guys right now that are factoring in, and the thing about them is they all play defense, and we need them to be on the field when defense is on the field. So, we're going to rotate those guys around and just kind of go with the hot hand. They all bring something a little bit different. Tyquan Booker is the guy that'll start for us on Friday night. Shifty, speedy, physical. Does a great job blocking for us as well. So he's a guy that's going to be, it's going to get the nod to start and watch, but obviously we're going to have to rotate some other guys in. Preston Thrift has had a really good preseason for us. Just learning. We've kind of moved him to the running back position. So he's kind of he's learning on the fly right now. And then Jaden Thomas, who's played running back, so he's very familiar. He's a big physical guy that plays linebacker for us. So again, all 3 of those guys are going to play defense, but they're also going to see some time on offense as well.
The receiver core, and again, these guys I think are going to see a lot more balls coming their way this year. But talk to us about who are the receivers going to be on the team.
Yeah, Trayshawn Zuber is he's a guy that started for us last year. Phenomenal tools, big body. He's a guy that we're going to try to get the ball down the field to. He's a very good player for us. He's out wide. Grayson Bradley is another great hands receiver, shifty enough to make some moves. He's made some big plays for us last year and then in the preseason as well. And then our 2 little slots are Braden Simpson, who's a sophomore, and then we got Reese Walkerman. Those 2 guys are, again, very, very shifty guys, playmakers for us in the slot. And we're all 4 of these guys we're excited to see. We're gonna mix in some other guys, Asher Littlejohn, Amaje Martin. All these are several guys that play defense that are going to have to mix in because some of those guys are going to be playing both ways as well. But we're excited about that group. It's just a talented group, and watching those guys make plays.
You lost a very talented quarterback last year that just had a phenomenal year, not throwing an interception, the rush and the passing though, but you've got a very good quarterback, junior quarterback this year in Jameson Dareberry and all, who probably is a better pure passer than KBB was though. And he showed me last week in the Jamboree, when he needs to run it, he can run it too. That he said after the game, when I talked to him, he feels comfortable running when he needs to.
He does, and we're really not comfortable with him running. But that's what's going to surprise people with him is how well he does run the football, how well he can avoid the pressure in the pocket and move the pocket, and he's good and shifty with his feet. The one thing about him is he understands the offense, and the biggest thing that he's going to have to do is get us into good situations on Friday nights. He's kind of like having a coach on the field. He gets it, he knows it, he understands it. Now he's just got to put us in those situations from snap to snap to give us a chance, because it's. And the good thing is he can, with his leadership and his understanding, he throws the ball really well, gets it out. But he's going to be fun to watch and continue to get better.
All right, let's jump over to the defensive side of the ball. Let's talk a little bit about, games, and this is true. People don't realize that games are won in the trenches. Let's talk about your defensive line and who will be playing on the defensive line.
We have Kemar Hayes, Cedric Fernandez. We have Ricky McCullough, who's going to work at defensive line. We have Logan Brown, Levi Bishop, Trenton Davis. There's a lot of names that we're going to call for defensive line, because we get a pretty good rotation with those guys, and they do a good job of moving those guys around and keeping them fresh. So we're comfortable with a lot of guys that we put out there on Friday night on defensive line.
Okay, how about your linebackers and defensive ends?
We have our outside linebackers. We go a lot of the same names you're going to hear: Jaden Thomas, Taquan Booker, Jalen Austin. We've moved from defensive line to linebacker. Bryson Arrowwood, he's another one we've moved from defensive line to linebacker to fill that gap. Grant Bradley, Reese Wagerman, these are all guys, all names that you're going to hear, on Friday night making plays for us.
Okay, and again, you got one of your best secondary players coming back, and Martin back there, but just talk about him and his cast with him in the secondary.
Yeah, Monte's definitely going to be our leader, in the secondary. He's been an all-region player, all-state for us, and he's actually moved. We actually moved him this year from safety to corner, so he's doing a really good job there for us. Along with him, we're going to have Trayshawn, which is, again, Suber is a name you're going to hear a lot. We're going to have Tyler Morgan back at safety. We're going to have at the other corner, we're going to have Asher Littlejohn. We're going to have Braden Simpson at corner as well. So we're going to have a lot of guys. Preston Thrift's another name that you're going to hear a lot that we're going to have back there. So we just have a lot of guys that's going to be rotating around. Especially early, just to figure out where we are. And like I said, you have a short time in preseason. During the summer only helps you so much because you're in helmets. So you have a short time preseason wise to get ready, and those are a lot of the names, and they can be at a different position each particular week. So we just looking at them to continue to get better and keep continuing to search out their strongest positions as the year goes along.
Third phase of the game that can be a huge difference maker is special teams, and you lost a guy who'd been there forever, and I think you got him now as a special teams coach, though. But
we do.
Talk a little bit about your place kicking and punting game and long snappers and some people like that.
Okay, yeah, and before I knew it was one name, defensive line wise, Mikey Constance is a new guy to us this year who's going to do a really good job for us up front as well. I just want to make sure I mention him.
Okay.
We have Rogers kicking for us, Roger McGee. We have three guys that are kind of working right now. He's the guy that's kind of taking the lead. He's kicking extra points for us, field goals. He's going to be doing some of the kickoffs for us. he's just kind of immersed that guy. He's a guy that he started working at it last year, and we got Coach Dixon back to to kind of help him. And continue to work with him, and he's done a really good job, did a great job in the jamboree. So we think he's going to be very consistent for us. So, and again, he's going, he's junior, he's going to continue to get better and better with each week, and the more confidence he gets. Long snapping, we have Hayden Rothrock, who's long snapping for us. Our quarterback Jameson Derryberry can long snap. Bryson can long snap for us. So we have a few guys that they can do that for us. But Hayden's kind of going to get the nod right now. So he's done a good job for us.
All righty, and that pretty much takes care of the team. Let's talk a little bit about breaking down the game for this coming week here. This is you couldn't have asked for a bigger test. Week 1, to go on the road. It's a long ride to Belton, and you got to take on the number 1 3A team in the state of South Carolina. Though, but I got a feeling, this team right here is going to go over there, and it's going to be an interesting game. I think it's going to be, anybody's ball game. What do you see about the game here?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be like you said, it's going to be 2 good football teams playing. And we're going to learn a lot about each other after this football game, and it's going to give both teams a chance to go back and watch film and just kind of fix some things, or see some of the things that you're doing well. So, it's a big test early. I felt like this was an opportunity for us to play. We knew the BHP was going to be good coming in next year because they didn't lose a lot of people. So we wanted to play them early to kind of get an idea. We knew they were going to be an early favorite in 3A. So, we just kind of want to see where we stood. We wanted to be able to see after the game, what things we need to get better at and improve on, because they're going to test us, and we win a football game right here. They're going to test parts of our game, and we need to find out what that is. So it's going to be a great early test, and we're excited about that opportunity. And this is a group again that they'll get better every single week we go out and practice.
We know that they have got the top running back in the state of South Carolina this coming year, though. So, I mean, that's a given. They're going to run it. But what else do you see them trying to do on offense?
Well, offensively, they're a heavy tight end, heavy H-back. He wants to run power, counter, buck sweep. That's his kind of MO. They've moved their running back out to receiver, so they run a lot of speed sweep stuff with him. They got another running back who's pretty good as well. He's more of a physical type back. So they moved him out in the jamboree the other night. The number 3, the running back, he was playing quarterback. So they move him around and do a lot of things with him. But they want to be a power football team. That's what they're geared for. They're good up front, and they're very well coached, and that's what they want to do, is they want to pound the football. Quarterback is very, he's good throwing the football as well. So, off of being able to run the football, their play action is really set up well, just because of how well they run the football.
Defensively, what do they bring to the table as far as their defense?
Again, physical up front. You'll see, they're just fast. They're just fast upfield. They want to make plays in the backfield. They want negative yardage plays. They move around enough in the secondary to kind of disguise their coverages, and they're physical when they play. When they go to make a tackle, they go to make a tackle on purpose. So it's very intentional what they do. So it's going to be fun for us. It's going to be a good test. It's going to give us a chance to play somebody different, and they're a well coached football team, and this will give us a chance to go out and line up and see where we are.
Special teams. What about their special teams game?
Return game is good. Punts. Kid punts the ball pretty well. Kickoff here, little inconsistent where the ball's going. Good. Special teams solid. But they're probably a lot like us, special teams wise.
All right, keys to the game tonight. What the Centurions need to do to go over there and steal one on the road?
Need to win the turnover battle. We did a really good job of that last year. That was, a big key to our success. We only had 2 or 3 turnovers last year, and that's huge. So you know, we have to continue to do that tomorrow night, and we have to win the chains. You know, we have to keep the chains moving. We can't beat ourselves. You know, we can't have holding penalties. We can't have negative yardage plays. We have to stay ahead of the chains. You know, defensively, we have to tackle well. You know, we have to be physical up front. We have to be physical at the second level. You know, in the secondary, we just can't give up big plays.
Well, we look forward to it. This is going to be year 19 for us, broadcasting Centurion football, and look forward to another exciting season this year, and grateful for the opportunity to work with you guys.
Well, we appreciate you doing this. This means a lot to a lot of people.
Well, good luck tonight, and look forward to talking to you after the game.
Great. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.